Hello, DFS superstars. This is Mr. Moss, your health teacher for this summer session for 2020. I hope this finds you guys all happy and well and excited to get started on your health class. I just wanted to do a quick introduction of myself through a video and a PowerPoint presentation so you get a better idea of who I am and what I've done and where I come from and all that kind of stuff too. Anyways, like I said, I'm Mr. Moss. This is my third year with DFS. This is my email address if you ever need to get a hold of me via email, and that's probably the best way, at least at this point. We may be changing that a little bit more later. But anyways, just so you have a couple pictures of myself here so you have an idea of what I look like. Moving on here, I just want to give a background of myself, where I've been, education history. I went to high school here. I'm a local. I've been born and raised here. Both my parents are still alive and they live here, and they still live in the same house that I lived in when I was in elementary school and all the way through high school. So I went to Sparks High School. I graduated in 1987, so you guys can kind of get a general idea how old I am. And then I went off to, when I was in high school, I did a lot of stuff. Mostly I was just a sports guy. I loved playing sports. My biggest sports that I did was playing football in the fall, and I played basketball in the winter, and then I did track and field in the spring for that. Then I went out and got accepted to go to college at Brigham Young University, which is in Utah. There I got my bachelor's in math education with a minor in physical education and a coaching emphasis. While I was at Brigham Young University, I was able to play football there for them. I was a running back, and I got to play against a lot of great NFL stars that most of you probably wouldn't even know about anymore at this point. Anyways, but it was a great experience, and I loved it. And then I did my college again. I went on and got my master's degree. I actually got two of them, both of them from Grand Canyon University, which is located down in the Arizona, Phoenix area. And I got one in teaching, and I got one in school administration through that. And that was all online as well. So we're kind of doing the same thing right now with our online stuff. So that gives you a general idea of what we're doing here. So now I just want to give you some interests and hobbies that I have. I love spending time with my family, any moment and situation that they're involved in. I love to do that, be a part of their lives. I love most sports, anything that's sport related and physical activity. I love being outside and doing things. As a teacher, I've also been a coach. I've coached football and track and field. I just recently retired from doing both of those. I love being outdoors. I love to read, and I don't want you guys to hold this against me, but I am a Chargers fan for that whole thing too. So you can't be a lover and a hater in all situations. Okay, so here's what you need to know about me. So here's my wonderful family, and I'm going to show a couple more pictures of them. I've been a teacher at Reed High School for 19 years. I've been a school teacher for a total of 24 years in the school district. I also taught at Sparks Middle School, and I taught at Sparks High School before that. In between all this stuff, I did live in Germany for about 2 years. When I was in Germany, I was there when the wall fell down. I even have pieces of the wall that I was able to get for myself while I was there. I also, like I mentioned before, have coached at Reed High School. I coached at Sparks High School as well, and did some other extracurricular activities there now. The other things I've done that you'd like to know about me is, I don't know if this is a big deal to you, but I've ran some half marathons at some point, somewhere in my future life before I get too old. I'd like to try at least one full marathon. I have to have the guts to be able to do that. Okay. But that's a little bit about me and things I like to do. My family and pets. Been married for 26 years. I have 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. All 4 of my kids have attended Reed. One of them is there right now. He just finished up his freshman year and is going to be a sophomore. And he's involved in the theater part of things, in school choirs and all those kind of things. I do have a dog, and there is a cat living currently in our house, which is my daughter's cat. And this dog is a Labradoodle. I have a grandson who just turned 2 years old in April, and now I have another one on the way that that'll be another boy in October, and he's due on October 1st. So a few pictures of us when we were at Universal Studios and Disneyland and all that fun stuff too, you can see. And here's some more pictures of myself and my family. Christmas time this last year, matching pajamas. These are all my children. And then here we were when we went and visited somewhere back east where my daughter was at currently, where there was giving you little carriage rides and tours of different older buildings of history. And then just my kids being a little on the silly side. So this one's my oldest. These two are twins, actually. I didn't mention that before, and they're both 21. And then Dylan is the youngest here, but he's the tallest out of all of them already. He's almost as tall as me. So now, things that I thought about that I thought would be interesting to share with you is the activities I've been doing during quarantine. I'm not a video game player, but I did learn how to play a few extra video games, playing some sports. We did a murder and mystery party where you get to do a dinner and then you get to play like a clue game where you try to find out who did it and who and why and all that kind of stuff. Played some board games, did a lot of reading, cooking new things. And the biggest thing I like to do is go out and do a lot of running and biking. My furthest bike ride that I've had so far this summer has been, 40 miles. I'm trying to get up to 100 that I can do all at one time. And then I've been doing home projects, and this is my backyard. I've been working on putting a retaining wall in. Okay. And now, why I became a teacher, here's some things that I have: making a difference in the world, love for the students and people because I love interacting with them, love for education, teaching, and learning, love for coaching because that's one of the part of the big thing is also becoming a teacher. And then, of course, like we all do, we have summer vacations, and I get to hang out with you. Other than that, that's about it. So now, just one quick last thing on our last slide here, DFS class overview. Some of you guys saw this the other day. We have 5 units that were covered, and there's certain subtitles. Each one of them, as you can see, each will have a unit test. Each section is in a unit will have each section in the unit will have a quiz, about 4 to 5 questions each. I don't remember if they're multiple choice or not. I haven't looked at them in depth that much more. But you have 15 days, actually 14 days technically, to get all 5 of these units done. So that's on an average of just a little less than 3 days per chapter. Now remember, the last day is going to be your final on July 2nd, I believe, because we don't go on the 3rd. Anyway, so I would be as proactive as possible in trying to get as many done as possible. If you have any questions or concerns or struggling, I'll be constantly having office hours throughout the day. You can email me, and I'll be checking my emails periodically throughout the day for anything that you might need any help with that I might be able to do something for you. But I'm here to mentor, help, support, and encourage you as much as possible. And I'm excited to have you in my class this year in the summer. We're going to have a great 3 weeks. So we'll have a good one. All right, talk to you later.